Hello, welcome to SquishiVision, where I've just finished watching Lower Decks Stars at Night, the season 3 finale of Lower Decks. This is my immediate reaction. I'm not gonna go into too many Easter egg details and things like that. It's just my immediate kind of gut reaction after watching the episode, and also kind of my reaction to season 3 as a whole, which kind of all loop into one. But yeah, this was like an episode that was very little on the very oh, my train is at 6:30. I thought my train was at 6. We'll double check that. That doesn't seem right. Sorry, I'm having a train later on, and I've just seen a pop-up notification and it's saying my train is in 3.5 hours rather than 3 hours. Where was I? Oh yeah, this episode. So yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was very little on the comedy. It was mostly plot. So following on from last week's episode, this admiral wants to put forward a complete autonomous series of ships to replace the California class, basically massive drones. Which, I mean, the premise is a bit silly, and it seems like it's something that's already been debunked in Star Trek. I think Star Trek's already. Actually, I don't know. I mean, well, here's the thing about. Okay, here's my issue with Star Trek. But wants us to both accept in this universe that AI is problematic, unreliable, prone to making bad decisions that are potentially damaging, and consistently needs real person oversight. But also, by the same vein, we want to be able to accept things like androids, sapient holograms, and the fact that you can basically have an AI powerful enough to run a ship, as long as you have someone else. I mean, okay, I'm just sure this argument. I'm like, it's not completely wild. It's basically what we have now in terms of commercial airplanes, which are basically flown by computers, and humans are there as a kind of fail-safe. But the existence of data we can also kind of excuse, because data is technically, he has a positronic brain. It's established as a very, hard to make and very rare, and it kind of creates it's different from the AI of normal computers, like our own isolinear chip. This is a positronic brain, and they're pretty much living computers rather than actual computers, so that's fine. But it doesn't excuse, say, the Doctor, who is established as a sapient hologram. We're meant to, us as audience members, are meant to unequivocally accept him as a real person, but he's just a program loaded into the computer. There's no reason why you can't load that into by the physical hologram, load that decision-making matrix into things. So on one hand we have the Doctor, on the other hand we have everything else about the human element, so it's needed, and that kind of conflicts. But so I guess it's kind of hard to really draw a precedent here, but in this episode, basically this admiral wants to replace not the entirety of Starfleet, but a certain class with just AI running ships, and then he's almost very quickly outed as an evil admiral, which is, I guess, a bit of a trope. I don't think it's a quite ubiquitous trope, as some people who I know seem to believe, but it's a trope in Star Trek, and it kind of just doesn't waste time over the implications of him being evil. It's kind of like, no, he's an evil admiral, we're just going to roll with that. I mean, Freeman does kind of try to defend him, saying you're not one of those evil admirals, but he's like, no, I think I am, which is fair, I guess. We get the kind of, I guess, closure of the arc with Rutherford, in that he was, as a junior officer, or junior, as a cadet actually, in fact, he was working on a project under a younger evil admiral, and the admiral kind of kept it very secretive about it. When he got in an accident, he wiped his memory. He also kind of loops back to season 1 finale, and we established that the same code that he was developing then was what he then used to make Badgie, and then so he's obviously now more aware of the kind of implications of that. And then the admiral goes fully, was like, well, I'm just gonna basically kill everyone on the ship to hide my kind of thing. I guess he justifies it as a greater good, but then he does a really plot unsavvy thing of giving the ship full autonomy, which I'm not sure why he does that over an idiot ball, because established that he could just basically command the ship to destroy the Cerritos without giving it full autonomy. I'm not sure what that kind of changes, but he does that, and the ship's like, nah, I'm just gonna kill you and then like everyone really for like fun, or whatever. Daddy issues. And yeah, the ships are struggling against the power of these three very competent AIs. Managed to destroy two of them by directing the warp core. Gets a nice one where Shaq's finally able to do it. But the last one is still outgunned. It's about to be destroyed. And then Marina makes her return. And we see kind of her doing some Indiana Jones stuff earlier in the episode. But it's clearly established that she really actually doesn't, even though she was basically screwed over, she misses Starfleet and wants to go back. Basically manages to somehow in a short amount of time get all of the Cerritos, all the California class ships together to basically pile together, which is kind of a nice way to end the episode because there was an entire California class that was under danger. It's a silly premise because I mean Star Trek wants us to kind of work on the assumption it's hard to kind of get pull ships together, even when it's a planned event. So it's certainly going to be hard to do it on the fly, and to get every single ship of the same class and like no one else also there is a bit silly, but it's a silliness that works. It's actually kind of wholesome silliness. It's actually quite the whole like all the minds together, the whole kind of big damn hero moment. Them all celebrating together afterwards. Just seeing all the California ships surrounding the one evil ship, it was quite awesome actually, and I enjoyed it. I like that kind of thing. And then everyone kind of makes up in the kind of at the end in the party in the bar. Marina gets accepted back, and she's actually kind of growing and seems more willing to actually. She doesn't quite want to kind of commit to a long-term career path, but she seems more invested in actually, which I like because I never really liked Marina's initial kind of premise of being a staff officer who didn't really care about progression or she just, well, I don't know, I was kind of a mixed thing. Maybe it's just me personally. I'm someone who gets a lot of validation out of, it sounds bad, rank, but it's because that's a quantifiable way of saying like, hey, look at all those achievements I've done. But I understand Marina's different. But she seems to have grown from that, so that was great. Yeah, no, I mean, so as I say, season as a whole, season 3 of Lower Decks, definitely prefer it. Again, I don't think there's any particular issues with the first 2 seasons of it. It's not really my taste. I wasn't all that. The comedy wasn't my kind of comedy. It was very comedy heavy, but the wrong type of comedy that wasn't really clicking with me and my interest and my taste, and that's fine. It's not all comedy has to fit my taste to be good comedy. But it was kind of like I was watching for the sake of watching it. But now I'm glad I stuck along because now we're kind of getting a balance between comedy and plot right. Even when the comedy doesn't land, there's still plot there for me to kind of enjoy. And the season kind of, went more heavy with the plot. It still had like fully comedic episodes, but there was a lot of like plot heavy episodes between and then kind of balanced ones in between. I think that's the right kind of structure, and it pays off in this episode here where I generally got, I mean, I'm very emotionally vulnerable right now because of personal life stuff. So I'm probably gonna cry at anything, but I got a bit teary at the end when everyone was like, "Yay, celebrating and stuff." So, yeah, no, I'm actually looking forward for the first time for season 4 of Lower Decks. I kind of want to see where this ship goes next. Before I was like, I wouldn't mind if this was like a one-off season or a two-season show, but no, this is. I'm looking forward to the next season. I mean, again, it's not the Star Trek series I'm the most invested in, but it's nice to have that kind of levity. So yeah, that's my reactions, and that's this season over. So now I just have Ander to kind of focus on. Although I guess now I have a spare time to. I should probably claim before it runs out my 3-month trial of CBS Plus or whatever it's called, or Paramount Plus, and basically watch all of Strange New Worlds and Prodigy. So there's probably more Star Trek to come along. But thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Wherever that is, next Wednesday or whatever. Sorry, there was a fart coming up, but didn't come. That's what I'm gonna end this on. Well, I'm gonna try. What's happening here? Sorry, I broke my switcher pad.